Hey guys.
I'm Bob.
I'm Barb. Together we make up.
HetteshWorld.
I think it's Can-Am ride day. What are we riding today?
Today's going to be a neat ride in South Dakota. We're going to go to Sturgis, cruise the town a little bit, and then we're going off to Deadwood, and then on into Lead.
Yep. Back
on Spearfish Canyon.
So we're wearing our heavy winter coats today. Why is that, Bob?
Because it's only 40 degrees out.
Barb's even in jeans and her boots, so that tells you how cold it is. And it's going to get to what, maybe
about 55 maybe?
Maybe, if we're lucky. So we promise you that it'll be cold enough in Sturgis we shouldn't see any naked people. So stay tuned.
Today we take you on a 60-mile route. It was definitely a brisk morning, so we were geared up for the cool weather.
Our first stop is Sturgis, which I'm sure you know, but in case you don't, is the location of the largest annual motorcycle event, which is Sturgis Motorcycle Rally.
During our time visit, Sturgis was not the bike rally, so it was a very peaceful, calm location, just like any other small town in the USA.
We'll show you what Sturgis looks like when nobody is there. Have you guys ever wondered how the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally really began? It's one of the largest annual motorcycle events in the world. It has over 600,000 people attending the event each year. 600,000. That's crazy.
That's a lot.
The rally didn't start as such a large festival. In fact, it began as a very small local race and only had 9 participants. So how did it really begin? Because somehow it's turned into a massive 10-day festival.
First Sturgis Motorcycle Rally took place August 14th, 1938. That year, the local Sturgis Bike Club, the Jack Pine Gypsies, organized an event as a small-scale motorcycle race for a club members.
So this guy, Clarence Pappy Hole, was the brains behind the first rally. He came up with the idea after purchasing Indian Motorcycle franchise in 1936.
That same year that he bought the Indian franchise, Pappy formed the Jack Pine Gypsy Motorcycle Club.
Then he decided it had to become like some kind of big event, so he decided to host a small local race, and the first one was called the Black Hills Classic. So after that, word spread everywhere. So they had another one in 1939 that was larger. Then they got up to 800 motorcycles the following year. Then in the 40s, they got 5,000 people.
Yeah, the Sturgis Rally has taken place every year since 1938, except for during World War II, where people were going off to war.
Yep.
Couldn't have a rally.
Then it kind of morphed into after each rally, the word would just keep on spreading. Then exciting stunts were added. Then they had different races. Then they started incorporating rides.
So back in 1962, this rally turned into a 5-day event. So that's where it started to grow into the event we know today.
And then in 1974, it started having vendors. But in the 70s, 80s, and 90s was the massive explosion of the rally. Throughout the 80s and 90s, then they started adding food, music, games, competitions, and then they were up to like 110 booths by 1988.
Yeah, back in 1997, the Motorcycle Hall of Fame inducted the Jack Pine Gypsies into the Hall of Fame.
Which was pretty cool. Yeah.
Sure.
So the rally, of course, as you guys know, continues on to today with like over 600,000 motorcyclists coming in. The rally did continue even through COVID-19. More than 460,000 people came and rode.
Yep.
The town is open throughout the whole year. Anybody can go there and eat at all the famous restaurants. We just happened to go on a Sunday. So on a Sunday, there were some restaurants and some things open, but not everything.
They had a lot of things in the town for souvenirs, and we did buy some t-shirts and stuff, and we did visited some of the more popular restaurants. At least they were closed, but we at least drove through the lots and took some photos and stuff.
we made it to downtown Sturgis, and we have discovered that when it's really cold, there's not a lot of people here.
Nope, not a lot of action.
And when you come on Sunday, there's things that are closed. But we're still going to walk around and show you the town, and we are going to come back and eat at
Buffalo Chip.
Yeah, Buffalo Chip. The name is Speed. We have a beer. We might have a beer if we can find a place in town today somewhere to have a beer. But let's take a look and see what Sturgis is like when it's quiet. So there's the store for all my biker babe friends: Harley Girl, Purple on 3, Miriam, Coach Vic, C from CD Light. We are in search of some shirts, possibly a place to get a beer, and something maybe for Ariel, the grandbaby. Oh, I'm sorry, the greatest grandbaby. So this is how you do Sturgis when you don't want to have a lot of people around.
It's a very quiet, small town normally, I'm sure.
Yeah. So now let's head on to Deadwood.
Yeah, after leaving Sturgis, the town of Sturgis, we drove to the town of Deadwood, which is just another incredible ride. South Dakota does not disappoint on the rides. Every place you go through the Black Hills, it's just a gorgeous ride. And we found Deadwood to be just a neat town. Probably more exciting than Sturgis, at least not during Bike Week, because I'm sure Bike Week it's crazy in Sturgis, but it was kind of a low-key town when we were there. But Deadwood was really a happening town. It had outside vendors, it had restaurants opened, lots of shops to get souvenirs.
Lots of history going on in the town. And
yeah, we definitely walked around the town and enjoyed it, and took a lot of photos and stuff in the town. It was beautiful.
So the history of Deadwood, South Dakota, all of course ties back to the discovery of gold in the Black Hills in 1874. Miners came in like crazy, and they discovered this whole patch of like dead trees and a creek full of gold, and Deadwood was started up.
As we know from history, after gold is discovered, the towns explode. So you have gambling, brothels, outlaws, and one of the most famous was Wild Bill Hickok.
What's really sad about his story is a few short weeks after he was arrived, he was gunned down while holding a poker hand of aces and eights, forever known as the Dead Man's Hand. And he is buried there also, up on the hill outside of Deadwood.
Yep.
Now, I like that Calamity Jane was there. I was always a fan of her when I was a kid watching those old movies. She definitely made a name for herself in this parts, and she's buried next to Hickok, and the cemetery is that Mount Moride Cemetery. Now, what is kind of neat about Deadwood is you can see some of these characters walking on the street. You know, they're in full dress and they're doing reenactments. And you have to check their schedule. There's different days where they do different things. Bob, Deadwood almost went out of existence.
Yeah, Deadwood survived by 3 major fires and numerous economic hardships. So after gold dried up, the town found it hard to keep it alive. So it was going to be just another old ghost town. What saved it? In 1989, limited wage gambling was legalized and Deadwood was reborn. Who would have figured that?
I know, gambling. And today the town is booming. So it's definitely, it was our favorite. We just felt, yeah. I just felt that old history when I was there.
As a couple, we're not normally the ones that like to walk around towns that feel like they're nothing but touristy traps and stuff. Deadwood didn't give us that vibe.
It was a town.
It had a town. It had a lot of history. It was just a beautiful day, too, to walk around the town and enjoy the scenery. And, of course, you get to see a little bit of biker action there, even off-season and stuff. But we just really enjoyed it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy, everybody says.
So Bob and I have decided to eat at Mustang Sally's. He's having a burger and fries. I'm doing some mini corn dogs. And then we might just sample things as we go about our way today. Definitely going back to saloon number 10. One of the original saloons. It's a historic landmark. And I'm going to have a beer and Bob's going to have water.
Yeah.
Just like Gatlinburg. Backstreet Boys. Everybody rock your body right. These are some old cheddars, that's for sure. Next, we're going to head off to the number 10 saloon, the oldest original saloon in town. And I don't think they have swinging doors. I would like swinging doors to bust through, but I don't think they have them.
Let's go get ourselves a beer.
So now we're going to ride over to Leeds. I found them. I knew there'd be saloon doors in here. Coming in. The drive over to Leeds was just incredible, driving to the Black Hills on this beautiful road. In Leeds, we actually just decided to go ahead and drive straight through. We didn't make any stops. But I do want to give you a little bit of history here on Leeds, because once again, it was found in 1876 because it was after the discovery of
gold.
So the city was named for Leeds, which is the deposit of valuable ores in the site of the Homestake Mine.
The Homestake Mine was a deep underground gold mine, 8,000 feet down, located in Leeds, South Dakota. Until it closed in 2002, it was the largest and deepest gold mine in North America.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's hard to believe when you go out west and all the mining you've seen that this was the largest, deepest mine in the west. This mine produced more than 40 million troy ounces of gold.
The Homestake Mine is also famous for its scientific circles because it had a huge underground laboratory that was established in the 1960s where they did all kinds of experiments and studies and stuff. And today it is just a regular town with a big hole in it.
Riding from Deadwood to Leeds was definitely a calm town. There wasn't a lot going on. I'm sure during bike week it's probably crazy because every town around Sturgis, going out from Sturgis, gets super crazy during bike week for people looking for camping spots, and everybody's trying to attract you to their town to spend money in their town.
So now we're going to take you back briefly through Spearfish Canyon. We've done a full video on Spearfish Canyon in detail where we talk about the history. We show you the canyon itself on the walls. We take you on different hikes. I'm going to link that video below.
Yeah.
But that is probably the most beautiful part driving of the trip.
South Dakota is definitely a biker's paradise. It's just every route is gorgeous. Of course, all the routes that we documented in our videos are just incredible, and we just loved Spearfish Canyon. It's just gorgeous, and it's just another one of those videos that's so hard to capture on film because the canyon's so deep and it just don't show itself off as well on video. But definitely got to check it out for yourself. It is just, whether you're in a car, convertible, motorcycle, just a gorgeous ride.
So I hope that you like this comment. You guys have to remember we are full-time RVers,
Yep.
but our whole goal is to explore the United States, and we do it on our Can-Am Spyder most of the time.
Yep, we try to use the Can-Am Spyder as our vehicle to get out and enjoy this beautiful country on every road we can get onto. We know our rig is large and it can't always go down the smallest of roads, but the Can-Am can find its way just about down any road unless it's really heavily graveled.
Yeah, we don't do graveled roads.
Yeah.
So we hope that you like this video, that you'll give us a thumbs up. Of course, we want you to smash up that notification bell because we have so many more adventures that are coming. We are packed full of videos to come to you guys.
Yeah, give us your comments. Let us know. Have you been to Sturgis? Have you been to Sturgis Bike Week? Have you been to Deadwood? Have you been to Leeds?
And I'm going to talk to you guys for real here for a second. I definitely want you to give us a thumbs up. I want to know that you guys are watching the video. Even if you just comment hello, I want to get shout outs from people.
Yeah.
And all of that helps move us up in the analytics of Google as well. But, definitely let us know that you're out there. Let us hear from you. We love hearing from you, even if it's just a hello.
Yep. Yeah. If you don't want to subscribe, just give us that shout out.
Yep.
hi and let us know you're out there watching the videos.
I'm going to recommend, though, that you subscribe because we are badass.
Yep. In our own right.
Yep, in our own minds. So remember, we're HetteshWorld.
Come travel in our incredible world.
Bye.